So, what if I told you I found a Spanish wonderkid in the second division of Spain who at the age of 17 years old has plenty of potential, yes, but is also pretty much good enough to walk into most teams in the top 5 leagues in Europe, and he's not even going to cost you that much money? I'm so excited for this one. The numbers that this guy puts up in this simulation is insane, so stick with us, you're going to love it. Let's run the intro and get right into it. Hello everyone, Jake here for FMSCOUT and welcome back to another episode of Wonderkid to Superstar, the series where we take a wonderkid in Football Manager, put them to the highest end of their potential range to see what kind of player you might be able to sign in your save. And I absolutely love today's player. Like, I always thought he was great, but I think I'm now going to sign this guy in every save from here on out. He's that good. But before we get into it though, I know we do this every time. You guys are probably sick of me saying it, but it really will help if you hit the like button. Really does support the channel. I'd greatly appreciate it. And it is also my birthday today, so I'd greatly appreciate it if you could hit that button. Drop a comment down below your rating for this player out of 10 and let us know who you'd like to see next. Subscribe for more, ring the notification bell, check out my channel in the description. And one final thing, we're nearly done, but this video is sponsored by the good people over at Spitch who have sponsored yet another video. So before we start, I'm just going to quickly tell you a little bit about them. Spitch is a fantasy football app available in the UK and Ireland for people over the age of 18 with a bit of a twist. Instead of being focused on the season-long format that most fantasy footballs follow, this app actually allows you to enter weekly tournaments where you can win prizes. There's both free tournaments and paid-for tournaments, and it's so much fun on the app. You can test your knowledge against plenty of other experienced fantasy football players to try and win some great prizes. Use the link in the description to download the app, pick your team, select your captain, and you can also use the statistical analysis within the Spitch app to help pick your team, and you're ready to go. Like I say, the link is in the description if you want to check the app out. Not only will hopefully you enjoy it, but of course it helps support the channel as well, and thank you to Spitch for sponsoring this video. But let's get back to what you're all here to see and go check out this awesome player. So in the second division of Spain, you will find Las Palmas, and in their squad somewhere, if we filter by age, we're looking for a 17-year-old by the name of, we've got to go up, we'll find him somewhere soon, I'm sure. There you go, he's the youngest player in their side, that is Alberto Melero. Now, I don't actually have the second division of Spain loaded in this database, I've just got the first division and then the database set to large in the top right, and he's here, so hopefully he's one that you guys can find quite often. The 17-year-old Spaniard is natural in both central attacking midfield and on this left-hand side, which is where we're going to use him today as an inside forward on the attack duty. We can see physically pretty nicely balanced for a 17-year-old, but to have these attributes at the age of 17 is so good because he's got a great base set to build up from. You can kind of mould him into whatever player you want, but he's also very effective with these attributes straight away, and you will see that in the simulation that right from the bat, he can do a good job for our Barcelona side, one of the biggest clubs in Spain. Good with both feet, but particularly on his right. Mental's nicely balanced, and his technicals are very good too. With some great technique, passing and vision at this age, as well as dribbling. He's been at Las Palmas for years by the looks of it. It's the same place where Barcelona signed Pedri from, I believe, and there's been a lot of people in real life comparing this guy to Pedri, and they're pretty certain he will make the move very soon to a bigger club. You can see here his valuation isn't that high, and this is in a world where his potential range is at the maximum. If you did have to pay £7 million for this guy, you're getting yourself a bargain still, but I reckon you can negotiate it down to about 3 or 4 million. He will have, as he is a Spanish player in the Spanish leagues, he will have a release clause. In this case, it's £8.5 million. That might fluctuate in your saves. If it does, it's probably still very much value for money. So what we're going to do, we're going to bring him over to our Barcelona side, show you the tactic, the training, the mentoring we've got him set up on, and then you'll see just how well he does in this simulation. So let's go bring him over and then check him out in our Barcelona side. Okay, so here he is, Alberto Melero. It looks like he fits right in this Barcelona side, a team full of young Spanish talent, and he is going to be a big part of this side with Fati, Pedri, Gavi, Nico, amongst many others. Training wise, we're not doing anything too special, just double intensity and focusing in on his position that we'll be using of inside forward on attack, just to see how well he does. Tactically, we've set up like this. As always, the 4-2-3-1 gegenpress to keep it the same for every player. We switched a couple of roles around to roles that I like, and then Alberto Malero is in this advanced forward role on attack, and I'm telling him to shoot as often as possible. He's got some decent finishing and the ability to score goals, so I want to see that from him on that left-hand side as he cuts in. I'm very excited for what he could do. He's being mentored by some of the best players in Barcelona in terms of their personalities. You've got Busquets, Frankie de Jong, amongst many others. So with that being said, we're ready to go with Malero here. So I'm first going to show you him after a couple years at the club to see how he's got on by about the age of 20. So let's go fast forward into the future and see how our guy's doing. Okay, so to be transparent with you, I've seen this simulation when it's done, and I've just quickly hovered over the guy, saw that he did well, and gone to record. I haven't seen everything in exact detail, and to see how well he's done at this point of his career is genuinely insane. So this is 2025 now, the end of the 2024 to 2025 season, and Alberto Malero has the highest average match rating and the most assists and the most player of the match awards for the club. But it's about to get even better from there. Let's take a look at just how good this guy is. He's developed like crazy. He's 21 years of age with 10 national team appearances and 3 goals. And to be this good at the age of 21 is nuts. Physically, he's an absolute monster, got everything you need on that left-hand side, and combine that with the technique, the passing, the dribbling, he's going to be very dangerous. Mentally, he's very well balanced, and that might not be doing him the justice that he deserves, because he's got some great attributes in here: vision, off the ball, flair, decision-making, composure, anticipation, throw-in, his dribbling, his finishing, his first touch, got some good long shots, some crossing, some corners. This guy is on another level. But I did tell you that this guy will be able to compete right from the off. Maybe you saw his attributes and believed me, maybe you saw them and didn't believe me. Well, I think I've proved it here in this video, because if we go and have a look, if we can get that bar from the top, there we go, that's gone. If we have a look how he has done in his first few seasons here, instantly 10 goals, 16 assists and a 7.3 average match rating right from the bat. I've done nothing special. He's just in that inside forward role. I'm not making him do anything crazy, and he is doing very well. He's followed it up with better seasons year on year in terms of average match rating, and in the last couple of seasons, he's hit 20 plus goals and nearly 20 assists. I mean, the assists have stayed pretty consistent, but he's now one of the highest goal scorers in the league as well. He is a key player in this Barcelona side, and currently, as much as we don't want to believe in star ratings all the time, he is a 4.5-star player in one of the best clubs in the world. His valuation is through the roof as well, classed as better than Pedri and Ansu Fati at this stage, but of course that could be based on his current form. Malero is just on another planet right now, and he's only going to get better as the year goes on. I've seen one of his seasons where he does unbelievably well, so you're about to see that. This is him at the age of 21. Let's see how he's done by the time he's in the peak of his career. Let's fast forward in the future and check him out. Okay, here we are in 2032. Before we check out our boy Malero, I'd like to ask you guys, if you could check out my channel, links in the description. We've just finished a Wolfsburg save over there, and there's plenty of new things and new series coming up on the channel. So if you prefer more Let's Play style Football Manager stuff, I'd ask you to check it out. Hit subscribe over there, see what you think. I think you'll love it, but you know, don't take my word for it. Go check it out, see what you think. But anyway, back to the video and back to Alberto Malero, who is now, I mean, we're really far into the future, and he's still only 28. So he's still going to get plenty more goals and assists. He's going to break records, but right now he is still a top draw player. His physicals are starting to deteriorate a little bit, but his mentals have developed because of that. As he gets older, as you would expect. He's incredibly good technically now. All of his cons have gone from his coach report, and he only has pros. He's got the consistency in there. He's got the big matches, two of the most important things you can have in Football Manager. If we focus on that inside forward in the attack role, he can still do everything that you'd want him to do at an incredible level. Even though he's 28, now with 74 appearances and 28 goals. Alberto Malero, what a signing he's been from Las Palmas, and the fact that he's just sitting there waiting to be signed, you've got to snap him up before someone else does, because I've seen him plenty of saves. If he doesn't get bought, he kind of just middles out at Las Palmas and never gets the chance. You need to give him that growth early, and that way you can make him the player that he can potentially be in your saves. So we last saw him here, and he only got better and better in the following years. In some seasons, he's reached 50 goal contributions in the league alone. This season here, when he was like 25, in his real prime, getting an 8.17 average match rating for the course of the season. 27 goals and 26 assists in the league alone is just incredible numbers. He really has not stopped in that inside forward position. He's been one of the best players in world football in this simulation, and we're not even joking because we'll check out his awards in a minute. But I think you've got to pick him up. How can this guy be sitting there in Las Palmas just waiting to be poached? I forgot to mention it, but he does have a potential range of 140 to 170. 170, you're getting an amazing player. 140, it's definitely still worth the release clause, definitely still worth bringing him to your club. He'll either make you a profit or be a very good player, because as we saw, even at the start when he's got a current ability of 110, 120, he was still hitting incredible numbers. But let's check his milestones. Now his awards, I don't believe he's won the world's best player or anything like that, but if we do go to the World Footballer of the Year or the World Golden Ball, you'll see it's been dominated by one man in Kylian Mbappe. But in second place each year, you'll see Malero comes close quite often. He's often up there, third, second, whatever it might be. So if it wasn't for the dominance of Mbappe since 2022, we might have seen Malero get a couple of golden balls, but it wasn't to be. But even still, I don't think we can complain. So there we go, there's our video on Alberto Malero. Let us know your rating and who you'd like to see next in the comments. I think I'm going to give him a 9.5 out of 10. If he'd won the Ballon d'Or, it would have ticked it over for me. I think he's a top draw player, great in the future and right from the start, and his value isn't too high either. A big thank you again to our sponsors Spitch for sponsoring the video, but I think that's it for this video guys, so like it if you enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a good day and goodbye.